Okay. I'm still waiting for these auctions to start, by the way, guys. They haven't started yet. I thought they were going to start on the reset. Turns out that's not the case. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and make the video anyway. Because why not? So the general gist of this bloody auction is that it is not the auction that we know and we love, okay? It's not that, oh, it's just here we go, here's a bunch of tanks. You can bid on the tank depending on, how much gold you have, and the price goes down every 8 hours, right? That's how we know the auctions as. This is different. This is entirely different. Okay, and we're going to go through it now. I'm going to skip all this crap because we don't really need it. Okay. Okay, so here we go. This is the important bit.
More players place higher bid.
Okay. Do you see that number there? 5 million, 6 million, 7 million. This auction is all about how much you can spend. You can spend credits, you can spend gold, you can even spend golden tickets. Yeah, golden tickets. Golden tickets. You don't want to do the gold draw? You can use your golden tickets to bid on certain things. Tanks, camouflages. Yes, there's different things you can bid on now. But the point of this auction is it's legitimately an auction. It is actually an auction. So I guess in a sense, it's a good thing if you have a ton of resources that you want to get rid of and you can bid, now's your chance. They're basically doing this like Water Tanks PC. The one thing I liked about Blitz auctions is that the prices always went down. The prices would go down over time. Eventually they'd hit a rock bottom one where it's really cheap sometimes and you get the tank for a good price. So why, Wargaming, would you think this is a good idea?
Each lot brings you different offers, ranging from legendary camouflages and tanks to...
Did you hear what he just said? Legendary camouflages and tanks. So you can get a legendary camouflage if you want, or you can get a tank if you want, and you use certain currencies to bid on those tanks, and the highest bid will win the tank or the camouflage or whatever it is. Sounds reasonable enough. It sounds like a normal auction. So, Eco, what's the bad thing about this? Well, who benefits from this? Who is the players, or who are the players that are going to benefit from this the most? Whales. Obviously, it's those that have a ton of credits, a ton of free XP, a ton of golden tickets, a ton of gold that are going to use this auction to exploit the prices. They're going to increase the prices so much so that most players are priced out on tanks that they want, on camouflages that they want. That's the problem.
Full of goodies. Before bidding starts, each lot appears in a 20-hour preview phase. Use this time to check the details and get ready to bid. Then the bidding phase begins.
So, you can see that there's a bidding phase, okay? So let's say you want the Thunderstorm camouflage for the AMX 50B, okay? You want it for the 50B because you want a legendary camouflage, but you don't have the gold to spend. So what do? You use your credits. You're like, awesome. Starting bid, 1 million credits. Whoever has the most amount will win, basically. And it says here that there's 2,500 prizes. In other words, there's 2,500 of these up for grabs. That's usually how it is. So the highest bidder wins, and then 2,499, I believe, after that bid will win as well. Essentially how it works.
That lasts for 2 hours. This is when you can place your offers, starting from the lot's minimum bid. But winning requires you to really compete for the top. Keep raising your bid to stay among the top bidders, because only a limited number of participants will walk away with a reward. New lots with exciting and highly coveted items will appear.
Highly coveted items, or whatever you want to call it. Coveted items will appear. Basically what this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is a proper auction. And if it were anything else, if it were real life, and you were buying, let's say, jewelry or a car, if you were buying a house, perhaps you're buying goods, right? You're buying electronics, gaming consoles, then yeah, an auction makes sense, right? Because you might be able to score a good deal. But this is not real life. This is a virtual game. And let me tell you why this specific auction style does not work with Blitz. What was wrong with just having normal auctions where the prices go down every 8 hours, 8 or 7 hours? What was wrong with that? You have it for gold. Guess what? Introduce some tanks, introduce some camouflages for credits. Have it at a higher price and then let it go down. And then people will spend the credits and spend the gold. That's all you need. Excuse me. That's all you needed to do. That was all you needed to do. It did not require all this ridiculousness. It didn't require an actual auction to take place. This is what Auto Tanks PC does. And now it's in Blitz. We didn't need that from PC, but they decided to do it like that. What they should have done is incorporate this concept. I like the concept of using different currencies. I like that. What I don't like is that the prices have to constantly go up because people are going to outbid each other. And this only benefits the whales. The whales are the ones that spend the most money on Blitz. They have the most resources. No shit is this going to benefit them over the regular player base. It doesn't make sense. So what they should have done was kept the auctions how they are, but instead of just having tanks for gold, they have tanks for credits. They have camouflages for credits, right? And if you want to add a different currency, you're more than welcome to. But the point is, it just goes down in price, as it normally has, as it has always done. No need for this complete other BS.
Sometimes even two at once. Different lots will use different currencies.
Do you see that? Gold, credits, golden tickets. As if credits and gold is not enough. We need golden tickets as well.
Like gold, credits, or golden tickets. Once you place a bid, your funds are frozen until bidding closes for that lot, and the bid cannot be canceled. Your bid will be fully returned to your game account if you do not win the lot.
Now, obviously, if you put a bid in and you lose your gold, then there would be huge uproar from the community, because that's not how a real auction works. A real auction is, you put your bid in, if you don't win, you get your money back. So thank God Wargaming were smart enough to incorporate actual auction policies.
When it finishes,
Thank you.
Here, you'll see a competitive bid. This benchmark shows how much you need to put down to surpass 75% of the current winning bids, greatly increasing your winning potential. However, it doesn't guarantee your bid will win.
By the way, can I just mention, that Forest Witch, if you think this is going to sell for 1,500, you are very much mistaken. I guarantee you someone's going to spend or put a bid in for like 20, 30 grand, 30,000 credits, 20,000, not credits, 20 to 30,000 gold for this tank. I guarantee you.
It simply gives you an idea of what it takes to be competitive. If other players outbid you and your bid drops out of the top bidders, you'll receive a notification. You can raise your bid by a fixed minimal step or more at any time, but keep in mind there's a short cooldown. Before the main auction time ends, the last minutes phase begins.
So obviously there's going to be a last call. Be like, hey guys, guess what? If you still want this tank that you've bid on, here's your last chance to put another bid in. In other words, there's going to be a bidding war. If you've ever done eBay auctions or anything like that, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
This is the most competitive stage, where the list of top bidders can change drastically. Any bid that alters the winning participants will extend the auction, usually by 10 minutes. Be quick. If nobody places a new bid that can take a winning spot, the auction ends.
Did you hear what you just said? You need to put in a bid within the last 10 minutes in order for the auction to continue, to keep going. If no one puts a bid in, then the auction stops. Finish. Ends. Finito. So basically it just restarts the 10-minute counter when the last bid is put in. I don't know if that's such a good idea, to be honest with you. I feel like you just keep the timer going and that's it.
Ready to outbid everyone and claim the ultimate rewards for your enthusiasm. For full details, visit the website. Stay tuned.
Okay, so let's sum up here what we've seen, okay? First and foremost, I don't like this format. I think it's unfair for most of the community. Sure, you can probably might be able to score a couple things at a really good price, but knowing the sort of community and how some players are, there will likely be players who purposely, and they know who they are, purposely increase the prices to such a high level just for trolling purposes, just to troll, and basically price everyone else out. Because the same thing happens in real life, by the way. In real life auctions, there's people that do that. They try to price people out. And that's exactly, I think, what's going to happen with these auctions. So just be mindful, just be wary, okay? That's probably what's going to happen. Now, to sum up everything, if I have to put it in words, again, I don't like that they've made it into an actual auction. What was wrong with just the auctions that we had? What they should have done was keep the auctions that we have, but instead add the option of having golden tickets, credits, gold, right? And giving the opportunity to purchase other tanks, the opportunity to purchase tanks with credits or golden tickets, the opportunity to purchase legendary camouflages. That's what they should have done. But that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks, guys.